From Laughter to Legacy, Good Times. 1974-1979 remains one of television's most groundbreaking sitcoms, capturing the heart and humor of an African-American family striving for a better life in Chicago's housing projects. Decades later, fans still remember the unforgettable cast who brought the Evans family and their neighbors to life, from the wise and loving Florida Evans to the hilarious with his signature Dynamite. But what happened to the stars after the cameras stopped rolling? Some went on to award-winning careers, others left Hollywood behind, and a few became timeless legends. Join us as we revisit the talented actors of Good Times, their iconic roles, their personal journeys, and where life has taken them today. Nadette Stanis portrayed Thelma Evans in Good Times 1974-1979 when she was 20 years old. Thelma, the only daughter of the Evans family, stood out as intelligent, graceful, and determined to rise above the hardships of the inner-city life. She balanced humor and heart, often serving as the emotional glue of the family, and her close bond with her brothers JJ and Michael became a defining element of the show. Thelma's dream of pursuing education and independence resonated deeply with young women viewers, marking her as a role model of dignity and ambition. Stanis brought authenticity and charm to the character, helping redefine the portrayal of African-American women on television. Beyond Good Times, Bernadette Stanis appeared in What's Happening Now and The Love Boat, later becoming an author and motivational speaker. She wrote several books on family relationships and Alzheimer's awareness, inspired by caring for her mother. Stanis has 2 daughters and continues to engage in community advocacy and creative projects. As of 2025, she is 71 years old and remains admired for her grace, talent, and pioneering influence on American television. Esther Rolle portrayed Florida Evans in Good Times, 1974-1979, when she was 53 years old. Florida, the devoted matriarch of the Evans family, stood as the moral and emotional anchor of the series. Wise, compassionate, and unflinchingly proud, she guided her children through hardship with faith and integrity. Her strength and humanity gave Good Times its soul, grounding the show's humor in real emotional truth. One of her most powerful storylines came with the death of her husband James, where her raw portrayal of grief, culminating in the famous "damn, damn, damn" scene, became one of television's most iconic moments. Beyond Good Times, Esther Rolle had a distinguished stage and screen career, appearing in A Raisin in the Sun, Summer of My German Soldier, and Rosewood 1997. She won an Emmy Award for her performance in Summer of My German Soldier, and was widely celebrated for portraying strong, authentic African-American women. Rolle never married after her early separation from Oscar Robinson, and dedicated much of her later life to advocating for Black representation in media. She passed away on November 17, 1998, at age 78, leaving behind a profound legacy as one of television's first truly powerful matriarchs. Jeanette DuBois portrayed Willona Woods in Good Times, 1974-1979, when she was about 42 years old. Willona, the witty and spirited neighbor of the Evans family, brought both humor and heartfelt warmth to the Chicago housing project setting. Known for her sharp tongue, vibrant style, and strong independence, she stood as a symbol of resilience and self-respect, often serving as the voice of reason and comic relief amid the family's struggles. Her most emotional storyline came when she adopted Penny, a young girl escaping an abusive home, revealing Willona's deep compassion beneath her confident exterior. DuBois infused Willona with unmatched charisma, creating one of sitcom television's most beloved characters. Beyond Good Times, Jeanette DuBois co-created and sang the iconic theme song, "Movin' On Up for the Jeffersons," a hallmark of 1970s TV culture. She also appeared in I'm Gonna Get You Sucka, 1988, and Charlie's Angels Full Throttle 2003, earning 2 Primetime Emmys for voice work on the PJs. DuBois was married and had several children, maintaining a private personal life despite her fame. She passed away peacefully on February 17, 2020, at age 87, leaving behind a lasting legacy of laughter, strength, and musical brilliance. Jimmie J.J. Walker portrayed James J.J. Evans Jr. in Good Times 1974-1979 when he was 27 years old. JJ was the eldest son of the Evans family, a fast-talking, wisecracking artist whose humor and energy made him the breakout star of the series. Known for his signature catchphrase, "Dynamite Jaude," embodied both the comedic heart and social contrast within the show. His street-smart wit often clashing with his parents' working-class discipline. Beneath the laughter, the character represented a generation of black youth navigating poverty and self-expression in 1970s America. Walker's animated delivery and charisma turned JJ into a pop culture phenomenon, making him one of the most recognizable faces of classic television. Beyond Good Times, Jimmie Walker built a long career in stand-up comedy, performing nationwide and appearing on the Love Boat Fantasy Island and Scrubs. He released books including Dynamite, Good Times, Bad Times, Our Times, and remained an outspoken commentator on entertainment and social issues. Never married and without children, Walker has kept his private life modest, dedicating himself to comedy and live performance. As of 2025, he is 78 years old and continues to tour as a stand-up legend, preserving the joyful spark that defined J.J. Evans. Ralph Carter portrayed Michael Evans in Good Times, 1974-1979, when he was just 13 years old. As the youngest member of the Evans family, Michael was bright, outspoken, and politically conscious, often referred to as the militant midget. His character embodied the rising social awareness of the 1970s, frequently challenging adults with his sharp intellect and strong sense of justice. Michael's courage to speak truth to power, even within his family, made him one of the show's most memorable voices of youth activism and hope. Off-screen, Ralph Carter had already gained fame on Broadway and Raisin, earning both a Tony and Drama Desk nomination before joining Good Times. After the series ended, he stepped away from television to focus on music and stage performances, later appearing in productions like Ain't Supposed to Die, A Natural Death. Carter has been married twice and is a father of 5, maintaining a relatively quiet life, devoted to family and community. As of 2025, he is 63 years old and remains a cherished figure among fans of classic sitcoms. Janet Jackson portrayed Millicent Penny Woods in Good Times 1977-1979 when she was 11 years old. Penny, the sweet yet traumatized young girl adopted by Willona Woods, brought a new depth of emotion to the series. Introduced as a child suffering from abuse, Penny's storyline tackled one of television's most sensitive subjects with courage and compassion. Her bond with Willona became a central theme of love, healing, and a chosen family, showing the power of care and community in overcoming pain. Janet's natural poise and vulnerability made her performance unforgettable, hinting at the star power she would later command. Beyond Good Times, Janet Jackson rose to global fame as a singer, songwriter, and performer, earning multiple Grammy Awards and selling over 100 million records. Her albums Control, 1986 Rhythm Nation, 1814-1989, and The Velvet Rope, 1997, became cultural landmarks for their bold themes of independence, identity, and social justice. In her personal life, Janet has been married 3 times and has one son, Isa Almana, born in 2017. As of 2025, she is 59 years old and remains one of the most influential women in entertainment history, celebrated for her artistry, activism, and enduring legacy. Teddy Wilson portrayed Sweet Daddy Williams in Good Times 1976-1979 when he was 33 years old. Sweet Daddy, the flamboyant neighborhood hustler with a sharp wardrobe and smoother talk, brought a mix of danger and comedy to the Evans family's world. Though often portrayed as a light-hearted gangster, his character also reflected the temptations and contradictions of urban life in the 1970s. With his gold chains, flashy suits, and exaggerated swagger, Sweet Daddy became a memorable recurring figure who added texture and tension to the show's social setting. Teddy Wilson's charisma and timing turned what could have been a stereotype into a humorous yet human portrait of street survival. Outside Good Times, Wilson was a prolific television actor appearing in Sanford and Son, That's My Mama. What's Happening in films like The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh. 1979, and he was married to actress Joan Pringle, with whom he had 2 children, and the couple often worked together in television. Wilson passed away on July 21, 1991, at age 47 from a stroke. Though his life was cut short, his vibrant performances and unforgettable comedic style secured him a lasting place in sitcom history. John Amos portrayed James Evans Sr. in Good Times, 1974-1976, when he was 34 years old. As the tough yet loving father of the Evans family, James Sr. embodied dignity, discipline, and perseverance in the face of economic struggle. His firm moral compass and deep devotion to his family made him a symbol of responsible fatherhood, rarely seen on television at the time. Though his character was written off after disagreements with producers, his impact was lasting. James Evans's death on the show became a cultural moment that underscored the human cost of systemic hardship. Beyond Good Times, John Amos enjoyed a rich acting career, earning acclaim in Roots 1977 as Kunta Kinte's adult self, as well as roles in Coming to America, Die Hard 2, and The West Wing. His commanding presence and authenticity made him a respected veteran of stage and screen. Amos was married twice and had 6 children, including writer Shannon Amos and musician K.C. Amos. He was also a U.S. Air Force veteran and a passionate advocate for education and racial equality. John Amos passed away on August 21, 2024, at age 84, remembered as a trailblazer whose strength and humanity reshaped the image of Black fatherhood in American television. Ben Powers portrayed Keith Anderson in Good Times, 1978-1979, when he was 28 years old. Keith, a professional football player, and Thelma Evans's husband, symbolized hope and aspiration within the Evans family narrative. His character's journey marrying Thelma, then facing a career-ending leg injury, highlighted the challenges of resilience, pride, and love in adversity. Despite his struggles, Keith remained loyal and optimistic, embodying the strength of Black men, striving for dignity amid systemic barriers. Powers' charm and authenticity made Keith's relationship with Thelma one of the show's most heartfelt storylines. Off-screen, Ben Powers was a versatile performer, appearing in Laugh-In, The New Odd Couple, and Cheech, and Chong's next movie, 1980. Though he gradually withdrew from Hollywood in the 1980s, he continued to work as a writer and producer while maintaining a quiet family life. He was married to Julia Harper and had 4 children. Powers passed away on April 6, 2015, at the age of 64. His calm strength and genuine presence on Good Times remain fondly remembered by fans as a testament to his understated but lasting contribution to American television. Matthew Stymie-Beard portrayed Monte in Good Times, 1974-1977, when he was 49 years old. Monte was a recurring neighborhood friend, known for his easygoing demeanor and humorous banter, often serving as comic relief in scenes that balanced everyday struggle with moments of joy. Beard's natural warmth and streetwise humor gave Monte authenticity, making him a familiar and comforting figure among the show's ensemble of working-class characters. Before Good Times, Matthew Beard had already achieved fame as Stymie in Our Gang, also known as the Little Rascals during the 1930s, where his bowler hat and bright wit made him one of the series' most endearing child stars. His early success, however, was followed by years of hardship before he re-emerged in the 1970s as a nostalgic television presence. He appeared in shows like Sanford and Son the Jeffersons and The Buddy Holly Story 1978, rediscovering his place in Hollywood history. Despite personal struggles earlier in life, Beard turned to helping others through outreach and recovery programs. He passed away on January 8, 1981, at age 56, following a stroke remembered fondly as both a childhood icon and a man who found redemption through humor and humanity. Richard Ward portrayed Henry Evans in Good Times 1975 when he was 60 years old. Henry Evans, the loving father of James Evans Sr. and grandfather to the Evans children, represented the roots and wisdom of the family. Though appearing in only a few episodes, his character exuded dignity and warmth, embodying the moral values that shaped the Evans household. Henry's visits brought moments of reflection, generational pride, and poignant humor, reminding viewers of the strength and continuity of family bonds in times of struggle. Richard Ward's commanding presence and gravelly voice lent authenticity to every scene, marking him as a veteran character actor of immense gravitas. Off-screen, Ward built a remarkable career across stage and film, appearing in The Cool World, 1963, The Jerk 1979, and The Anderson Tapes 1971. He was also known for his powerful work in theater, where he helped pave the way for black performers in serious dramatic roles. A private man, Ward kept his personal life largely out of the spotlight, dedicating himself to acting and mentoring younger artists. He passed away on July 1, 1979, at age 64, just as his career reached its peak, remembered as one of television's most dignified paternal figures. Helen Martin portrayed Weeping Wanda Williams in Good Times, 1974-1977, when she was 65 years old. Wanda was a recurring neighborhood character, affectionately nicknamed Weeping Wanda for her comical tendency to cry over nearly anything funerals gossip or even minor disappointments. Though her appearances were brief, Helen Martin turned her into an unforgettable comic presence, blending exaggerated humor with subtle humanity that fit perfectly within the Evans family's tight-knit Chicago community. Her character reflected both the struggles and spirit of working-class women who carried emotion and resilience through hardship. Off-screen, Helen Martin was a seasoned actress long before Good Times, having built her career on Broadway in productions like Purlie Victorious and The Amen Corner. Later, she gained even greater fame as Pearl Shea in 227 and as Wanda in Hollywood Shuffle 1987. Known for her sharp timing and expressive face, Martin became one of television's most beloved older actresses. She never married and had no children, dedicating her life to the craft of performance. Helen Martin passed away on March 25, 2000 at the age of 90, leaving behind a legacy of laughter, grace, and timeless character work. Bubba Smith portrayed Claude in Good Times 1978 when he was 33 years old. Claude appeared as a physically imposing yet surprisingly gentle character, representing the strength and humor of the community's working men. Bubba Smith's towering stature and easy charisma made Claude memorable even in brief appearances, and his scenes often brought a light, playful energy to the Evans family's world. Outside Good Times, Smith was already a celebrated athlete before becoming an actor. A former All-American football star at Michigan State University, he enjoyed a successful NFL career with the Baltimore Colts and Oakland Raiders, winning Super Bowl V before turning to entertainment. His acting career flourished with the Police Academy film series, where he played the lovable giant Moses Hightower, as well as roles in Blue Thunder and Married with Children. Off-screen, he remained active in sports philanthropy and mentoring young athletes. Never married and with no children, Smith valued privacy and discipline throughout his life. He passed away on August 3, 2011 at age 66 from acute drug intoxication, leaving behind a legacy that bridged athletic greatness and comedic charm. Alice Ghostley portrayed Hortense Dobbs in Good Times 1975-1978 when she was 52 years old. Hortense was a quirky and good-natured neighbor whose gentle eccentricity and comic timing added lighthearted charm to the Evans family's world. Known for her fluttery speech, nervous energy, and heart of gold, she often brought humor to serious moments, offering a contrast to the show's grounded realism. Ghostley's distinctive style, part warmth, part wackiness, made her a delightful presence, seamlessly balancing comedy and empathy. Beyond Good Times, Alice Ghostley enjoyed an illustrious career spanning Broadway and television. She won a Tony Award in 1965 for The Sign and Sidney Brustein's Window, and became widely recognized for her roles as Esmeralda on Bewitched and Bernice Clifton on Designing Women, both of which earned her Emmy nominations. Off-screen, Ghostley was known for her humility and quiet devotion to her craft. Married to actor Felice Orlandi from 1953 until his death in 2003, she had no children, but maintained a close circle of friends in the performing arts. She passed away on September 21, 2007, at age 84, leaving behind a legacy of impeccable comedic artistry and enduring charm. Ron Glass portrayed Mr. Pearson in Good Times 1974 when he was 29 years old. Mr. Pearson, a substitute teacher appearing in the show's early episodes, represented compassion, intellect, and respect for the children of Chicago's inner city. His character treated the Evans children with dignity and encouragement, reflecting the potential of education to inspire hope despite social barriers. Although his screen time was brief, Glass's calm authority and articulate manner made Mr. Pearson memorable as one of the few adult figures outside the Evans family who genuinely cared about their growth. Off-screen, Ron Glass went on to enjoy a long and versatile career in television and film. He achieved fame as the sophisticated detective Ron Harris on Barney Miller, 1975-1982, earning an Emmy nomination, and later became a fan favorite as the Wise Shepherd book in Joss Whedon's cult classic Firefly 2002, and its follow-up film Serenity 2005. Known for his elegance, humor, and spirituality, Glass never married and was admired for his kindness and introspection. He passed away on November 25, 2016 at the age of 71, leaving behind a legacy of intelligence and quiet strength that defined every role he played. Thalmus Rasulala portrayed Oscar Harris in Good Times 1975-1978 when he was 40 years old. Oscar Harris, one of Florida Evans's suitors, embodied dignity, compassion, and the potential for renewal after hardship. His presence brought emotional depth to Florida's storyline following James Evans's death, offering moments of tenderness and reflection on love loss and resilience. Rasulala's portrayal balanced sophistication and warmth, making Oscar both admirable and deeply human. A veteran stage and screen actor, Thalmus Rasulala had already established himself in productions such as Roots 1977, Blackula 1972, Cool Breeze 1972, and New Jack City 1991. Known for his commanding voice and graceful demeanor, he was one of the few black actors of his era to transition seamlessly between theater television and film, often portraying strong, principled men. Off-screen, Rasulala was a family-oriented man married with children, admired for his professionalism and mentorship within the acting community. He passed away suddenly on October 9, 1991, at age 55 after a heart attack. His career, though cut short, remains a testament to the strength and refinement he brought to every role, a quiet pioneer of integrity and excellence in American entertainment. Louis Gossett Jr. portrayed Uncle Wilbert in Good Times 1974 when he was 38 years old. Uncle Wilbert, a relative visiting the Evans family, brought humor, wisdom, and warmth, reflecting the extended family bonds that formed the emotional foundation of the show. Though his role was brief, Gossett's effortless authority and natural charisma made the character memorable, embodying the pride and perseverance of black family elders. His guest appearance foreshadowed the remarkable career that would follow. Louis Gossett Jr. became one of the most respected actors in American cinema, achieving international acclaim for his Oscar-winning performance as Gunnery Sergeant Emile Foley in An Officer and a Gentleman 1982. He also starred in Roots 1977, Iron Eagle 1986, and Watchmen 2019, earning both Emmy and Golden Globe honors. Off-screen, Gossett was a dedicated humanitarian, founding the Erasism Foundation to combat racial prejudice. He married 3 times and had 2 sons, maintaining strong family ties throughout his life. Louis Gossett Jr. passed away on March 29, 2024, at the age of 87, celebrated as a trailblazer who broke barriers with grace, integrity, and timeless talent. Carl Franklin portrayed Larry Walters in Good Times 1975 when he was 26 years old. Larry was a charming and ambitious young man from the neighborhood, representing the new generation striving to improve their lives despite economic limitations. His character's optimism and street-smart humor brought levity and realism to the show's portrait of urban life. Though his role was short-lived, Franklin's natural presence and confidence foreshadowed the commanding creative voice he would later become. After his acting years, Carl Franklin successfully transitioned behind the camera, emerging as one of Hollywood's most respected directors. His critically acclaimed films, One False Move 1992 and Devil in a Blue Dress 1995, earned praise for their tension, humanity, and cinematic style, establishing him as a trailblazer among African-American filmmakers. He has also directed major television series such as House of Cards, Mindhunter, and The Leftovers, showcasing his mastery of dramatic storytelling. Franklin has been married to poet and actress Jessie Beaton since the 1980s, and together they have continued to champion diverse voices in film. As of 2025, he is 76 years old and remains a highly respected figure in American cinema and television direction. Gary Coleman portrayed Gary James in Good Times 1978 when he was just 10 years old. His character, a witty and mischievous young boy, brought humor and innocence to the show's later seasons, embodying the optimism of youth even amid hardship. Coleman's natural comedic timing and expressive face made him instantly memorable, providing a preview of the star power he would later display in different strokes. His brief role in Good Times helped solidify his reputation as one of television's most gifted child actors. Off-screen, Gary Coleman became a cultural icon of the late 1970s and 1980s as Arnold Jackson, delivering the immortal line, "What you talking about, Willis?" His success, however, was followed by financial and health struggles due to lifelong kidney problems and exploitation by his parents and advisors. Despite his challenges, he continued to work in entertainment and advocate for child actor rights. Coleman never married long-term and had no children, though he remained beloved by fans worldwide. He passed away on May 28, 2010, at the age of 42 after a brain hemorrhage, leaving behind a bittersweet legacy as one of television's most gifted and tragic prodigies. Charlotte Rae portrayed Miss Rogers in Good Times 1974 when she was 48 years old. Ms. Rogers, a caring and humorous social worker, represented compassion and bureaucracy colliding within the realities of low-income urban life. Rae infused the role with kindness and comedic empathy, giving depth to a character who could have easily been one-dimensional. Her interactions with the Evans family showcased her ability to blend heart and humor qualities that would define her later career. Beyond Good Times, Charlotte Rae achieved lasting fame as Edna Garrett on Different Strokes, and its spin-off The Facts of Life earning 2 Emmy nominations. She also had a prolific stage career appearing in Broadway productions like Lil Abner and Pickwick, and lent her voice to animated favorites such as Tom and Jerry, the movie. Rae's personal life was marked by resilience. She was married to composer John Strauss until their divorce in 1976 and had 2 sons, one of whom passed away in 1999. She courageously shared her battles with cancer and alcoholism, inspiring others through her openness. Charlotte Rae passed away on August 5, 2018 at age 92, remembered as a maternal icon whose warmth and humor brightened generations of television viewers. Earl Billings portrayed Mr. Parker in Good Times 1976 when he was 31 years old. Mr. Parker was a stern yet fair school official who appeared in episodes focusing on education and discipline, representing the challenges of maintaining structure within an underfunded school system. Though a minor role, Billings infused Mr. Parker with warmth and realism, capturing the balance between authority and empathy that defined teachers in working-class neighborhoods. His scenes highlighted the show's ongoing theme of education as a pathway out of poverty. Off-screen, Earl Billings became a prolific actor, known for his grounded presence and commanding versatility. He later gained recognition for roles in Antwone Fisher, 2002, Thank You for Smoking, 2005, and American Splendor, 2003, as well as appearances in series like Southland and In the Heat of the Night. Beyond acting, Billings is celebrated for portraying strong, compassionate black men in both comedic and dramatic roles. A private man, he has largely kept his family life out of the public eye while continuing to mentor younger actors. As of 2025, he is 80 years old and remains a respected figure in American film and television for his longevity and integrity. Rosalind Cash portrayed Jessica Bishop in Good Times 1976 when she was 38 years old. Jessica Bishop was a sophisticated and compassionate woman who appeared as a guest character, offering insight and support to the Evans family, reflecting the strength and grace of educated black women navigating urban America. Rosalind Cash's poised and intelligent portrayal brought elegance and emotional weight to the role, earning her audience admiration. Off-screen, Cash enjoyed a distinguished career on both stage and screen. She starred opposite Charlton Heston in The Omega Man. 1971 appeared in Uptown Saturday Night, 1974, General Hospital, and The Cosby Show, and was nominated for an Emmy for Go Tell It on the Mountain. 1985. Known for her commanding presence and deep voice, Cash often chose roles that projected dignity and independence. Fiercely private, she never married and had no children, devoting her life to acting and social consciousness. Rosalind Cash passed away on October 31st, 1995, at the age of 56 from cancer. She remains remembered as a woman of strength, intellect, and uncompromising artistry who paved the way for future generations of Black actresses. Who is your favorite character from Good Times? How do you feel knowing that some cast members are no longer with us? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated. We appreciate your support and are glad to have you as part of our community